Well, here we are with Elite Dangerous. I've just received the alpha. Well, I received it last night after a nice stag do. As you can imagine, my head and the hangover is partially cured because of this. Well, here we go. This is the launcher from what Elite Dangerous provided us. I'm having to record this with the camera because it looks like they use all the processing power of the machine. Given options for screens, and you can use dual screen, which is awesome, but I've flipped it to just one just for this recording. And of course we've got some combat scenarios, so it looks like David's provided us 9 different varieties of scenarios just to get us used to how we fight, test the combat system out, etc. As you can see, I've finished the first 4 missions or scenarios. I'm going to take us back through the first one, which is the waste disposal. As you can see, this screen seems to flip now and again for some reason. It's lovely and smooth right now, but every now and again it will glitch. I don't know what that's all about, but I haven't got the fastest spec machine, and I am aware that I do need to upgrade, so unfortunately that's a bit annoying. But I have seen in forums other people have noticed this glitching a little bit. I assume it's also loading content right now, so we're having to wait. Now while we're waiting for here, I've set my configuration up, the keyboard, to the default Elite Classic. So it's almost like going back to the original and using those keys with the S and X and the greater and less than sign. So here you go, there's an introduction here with a pitch and roll, throttle axis, engine boost. You'll notice down in the middle there's 2 dashes, which is like the tablets to show you which of the 2 screens you're on. You've got previous and next. Now I've actually gone and raised the effect on that previous and next, because I think really previous should disappear when you're at the start, and vice versa when you're at the next option. The next option should disappear when you're at the end, but basically it also shows you, I'll show you this in game, but basically your cockpit in the middle, you fly. On the left hand side you can go in and select things to lock onto, and on the right hand side you can get to change your energy resources. So on the screen you'll see in a minute there's ability to change between the weapons, the engine and the shields, which is all the system, which is awesome. So let's get into the game. I'm sure you're more interested in that. So here we are in the new Elite. So as you'll see, there's some information in the top right hand corner. It says 9 contacts gained. If I go to the left hand side of the cockpit, you can go in and choose one of the items to lock onto. You press 1, 2 and 3 for that. So there you go, it's highlighted one of the canisters. On this screen, as you'll see, I can zoom in, you get more of a radar picture. And as you'll see to the right hand side, there's the spacecraft you're flying in the middle of a circle, and to the right of there you will see engine, system and wet, and basically the cursor keys you can select between them. So if I press the right hand key now, the wet selects and the priority will go to that. If I go to up, the engine's given more priority, left the system gets more, and then if I press down it evens that up. So basically I want to go to weapons. Basically I want to shoot all these targets out. So quite simply, press A button for shooting, your weapons appear, which is brilliant. Let's go and find one of the things to shoot. Hold down A, and here we go, we're going to destroy these things. And if I press space, we accelerate as we'd normally expect. And if you notice with the cockpit, it's awesome from a point of view that it doesn't just move and allow the space to show and everything else behind it. It actually shakes and wobbles and disorients slightly. So when you're spinning and flying really fast, it can actually become quite a sickly experience. But actually, I think that's a good thing. Just go and destroy some of these targets. And you'll notice it's quite easy to lock onto things, which is awesome. So I'll go up and accelerate up to this canister, show you a bit closer. And you'll notice the as I'm pressing space to accelerate, oh, there's the navigation telling me I'm going to run into things. You've got this the accelerometer in the middle of the screen, which is by the radar to the right hand side. As I accelerate, it increases and slows down. I actually think that's a really neat way of doing it, so showing how fast you're going. So I'm going to take out these canisters for the first one. Now if I press space to accelerate as fast as I want, you'll notice that accelerometer is 129 units, no idea what units they are. But if I now engage and put the power to the engine by pressing up, you'll notice that the speed increases even further, which is a really neat touch. But if I now press W, there's like a booster factor you can use. And you get this lovely effect where you just get that momentum kicking of your flying, so we can fly through the asteroids. Now this is just beautiful. And the navigator will tell you when you're going to have a collision. Oh, there you go. Oh, brilliant. There you go. That was really bad. So that's what happens if you fly into the asteroids. We've got shields, and obviously I'd actually put the boost onto the engine, so I forgot about my shield. So the shields then took me out when I hit the asteroid. So let's go back and retry this. And you'll notice while we were waiting there, when you're dead, as with the old Elites, certainly on the Amiga, the Frontier, you'd see all the asteroids moving, etc. So when you die, wherever you are, it appears that he's left you in that zone, in that 3D space, and everything continues, which is awesome. Right, so let's take these canisters out. So from a standing start, if I hit that boost button straight away, you get this lovely noise, almost Star Wars essence noise, which I just think is lovely. So let's go and find these targets. And you'll notice flying backwards is just as fun as flying forward. So obviously they're using the computer-aided control for the flight, so it is far more like the original rather than the Frontier, which personally that's what I want. Finding these targets and actually shooting them down is a pleasure now, rather than trying to figure out whether I'm going too fast. Whoa, that was my yes, that's the other thing I forgot to say. There are like these placeholders in space that you can drop and use to tell where you are, and that's what I've just flew past. Apparently you're not meant to be able to destroy the waypoint, but apparently there's a bug and you can, if you fly through it fast enough and near enough and start shooting. Right, let's go and find these targets. Here we go, so they're all lit up. Bring us a little bit nearer. And you'll hear there's a little ting noise as you gain lock onto the target. Or maybe when you're going to run into it. That's really strange. I can't understand why I can't shoot that. That might be a bug. Let's choose one of the other ones. And you'll notice as you destroy them, the next target kindly lights up for you. You'll notice the planet in the background now. I've tried flying to it and it doesn't seem to get any bigger, so I'm assuming that's just a flat graphic at the moment, which is a shame. In the later missions I'll show you, you get ice on the screen, and when things are shooting you, the screen starts cracking. Apparently the screen can completely break out, and you're left to the elements of space, which is quite an interesting way to die apparently in this game. I've yet to try it. There you go, I've just finished the mission. So overall, on the first mission, I just couldn't believe what I'd seen. I personally think it's awesome. I'll go on to the next scenarios later, which is where you start to fight other ships, etc. But that will do for now for the recording. That gives you an idea of what there is.